Hello everyone, OP here. Today we are gonna look at the killer Michael Myers. Michael Myers is from the Halloween movies and it's freaking immortal apparently, and super fast. However, in DVD he is kinda bad, without add-ons I mean. With add-ons he's a god and horrifying. But I wanted to focus on him today and talk about a total rework that I would like him to get so he's more fun in the future. I will rewrite his lore, power, and perks to see if I can make him better. So, without further ado, let's go. Now, for the lore, I would honestly tell a story, but the community has already kind of done that with theories. There are two that I really like, and so I'll go ahead and tell both of them. The first one is Michael being taken by the fog or entity at the end of the Halloween movies when he disappears. It's a good theory, but I feel it'd kind of be weird for the entity to take Michael alone, then Lowry. I think that it would raise suspicion, but you never know. However, the second one I like way more. It's boring, but makes sense. It goes that Michael is chasing Lowry and Lowry runs into the fog, and Michael follows her in. This would also explain why Michael doesn't really have that much favor in the trials, because he kind of just wandered in. And favoring is kind of like, if in case you don't know, is kind of like what the entity gives the killers. So you can kind of tell by the description and lore whether the entity kind of likes them or not. This is kind of a boring story for him, but it makes the most sense when it comes to Michael Myers. For his power kind of sucks. I don't like it that much, so let's change it by first keeping the stalking in tiers. I think the stalking makes him scary and makes sense for his character. However, I want to change the tiers a bit in how the actual stalking works. I think that the stalking should make Michael undetectable when he enters it to make it scarier. Like, just imagine in your head you hear no terror radius at all. You think you're safe while repairing a generator. Then you suddenly hear your heart racing, turn around, and Michael's been stalking you for the past 5 seconds. That would make stalking better overall, so Michael also doesn't struggle with getting to the next tier. Secondly, I think you should gain a buff towards a person you stalk for a while. For example, if you stalk someone for like 10 seconds, not straight, but stalking them overall for a combined worth of 10 seconds, then Michael should get a buff while chasing, like the beginning of the chase, with haste or something. That would make him cooler, but might promote targeting, but I'm not entirely sure. I just thought that stalking a certain person for a long period of time should make him, like, gain a buff to kill that person. Now, for the tiers, I think tier 1 should be normal with the lunge ability. Normal speed, maybe decreased speed with a lunge ability. I know it's easy to get out of tier 1, but I find it annoying to be super slow along with having no chance to hit a survivor if I do end up chasing them on accident. Tier 2 would just be permanent, just like how he normally is, and should have a speed boost, with stalking moving faster as well. It's not too bad, not too good, it's literally an upgrade just to make him that slight bit better. Then tier 3 should stay normal, but go way faster. And have an additional buff, like he can't be blind, kind of like how he can't die in the movies. And he kind of just breaks through pallets with his body. Like, he can be stunned with pallet drops, but he doesn't need to go through an animation to break them. He can just walk through them and break them. That could also be an add-on, which would make it way more menacing as well. Just dropping a pallet, running away, and then he just breaks through and starts chasing you at like Mach 5. These are kind of my ideas for his power, but they may be overpowered or whatnot. What do you guys think? Make sure to let me know if I'm kind of overestimating Michael here. Now, for the perks, his perks are honestly pretty good. Nothing to write home about, but they're still pretty good. But I'm gonna change them a little bit. Save the best for last is probably the worst perk in his arsenal. I see literally nobody running it. Basically, if you hit anyone other than the obsession, you gain a token allowing for lower cooldowns on basic attacks. That's not very good unless you're using a build that makes basic attacks take like no time, but everyone I've seen, all my friends and stuff, I've seen a good no one run something like that, but you never know. I changed the perk to have the same idea, but kinda different. So each time you stalk the obsession for 5 seconds, you gain a token, making you faster when attacking anyone but the obsession. And if you hit the obsession or down them, you lose all tokens immediately. This kind of makes sense for the name, but makes the obsession still feel threatened as well, and this kind of works better with the other shape perks. Next is play with your food. I ain't messing with that. It's good and I really like it. The only problem is that chasing in this game is weird sometimes. You will back up to like a whole different realm in a chase sometimes, and I swear it will not take you out of that chase. Finally, last is Dying Light. The perk is honestly pretty good, except I feel this should be a way for the survivors to counter it, but I'm not super sure. Maybe the obsession should like jump in front of a Michael mid-swing or something. I'm not entirely sure. And that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you want me to cover some survivor perks so I can maybe rework them in my own head or something. And let me know if there's a specific character you think needs a rework. All music will of course be credited in the description. And thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!